All right, let's get right into it. We're about to peel back the curtain on one of the most mind-bending technologies out there right now, the deepfake. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how an AI can literally put one person's face onto another's body so perfectly that it can fool just about anyone. You've definitely seen these floating around. Maybe it was that video of Tom Cruise doing magic on TikTok, or, a public figure appearing to say something they absolutely never said. These clips are just so convincing, they're so seamless that they're forcing us all to face a pretty weird new reality. What you see with your own two eyes, well, you can't always trust it anymore. So how in the world is this even possible? I mean, this isn't just some clever video filter or a fancy Photoshop trick. The secret is way more complex, and honestly, it's kind of brilliant. It's not just one AI working its magic, it's actually two AIs locked in this constant digital battle of creation versus detection. Okay, so the core technology that makes all of this tick is called a Generative Adversarial Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so we just call it a GAN. The name sounds super technical, but the idea behind it is actually pretty straightforward. You've got a system where two AIs are basically pitted against each other. One's mission to create the ultimate fake, and the other's mission to catch it. This constant competition, that's the engine that powers deepfake technology. To really get this, let's imagine our two AIs as characters in a spy movie. You've got a master forger on one side and a world-class detective on the other, and they're about to go head-to-head. So, on one side you have the generator. Let's call it our master forger. Its only goal in life is to create a fake image, say a celebrity's face, that is so good it's completely indistinguishable from the real deal. Then, on the other side, we have the discriminator, our art detective. Its entire job is to look at any picture it's shown and with total accuracy say real or fake. Now, when this whole thing starts, the forger is, well, it's terrible at its job. Just awful. Its first try at making a face is basically a blurry, pixelated mess. It shows this masterpiece to the detective, who's been trained on millions of real faces. The detective takes one look and, immediately shuts it down. Fake. Not even close. Do it again. And this right here, this is where the magic really happens. That first rejection kicks off this super intense, non-stop training process. You can think of it like an AI arms race, where every single failure is just more fuel for getting closer to perfection. The whole process works because of this feedback loop. The forger makes an image, the detective looks at it and says no. But, and this is the key, it's not just a no. The detective gives notes. It says things like, the eyes are too far apart, or the skin texture's all wrong. The forger takes that feedback, learns from its mistake, and goes right back to the drawing board, getting a tiny bit better each time. And we're not talking about trying again once or twice. This whole cycle of create, reject, learn, and repeat, it's happening millions of times every second. This is not learning at a human speed. It's like evolution on hyperdrive, with each new fake getting massively better than the last. And this is the adversarial part of the network, right? As the forger gets better and better at lying, the detective has no choice but to get smarter at spotting those lies. They just keep pushing each other to get better. And this goes on and on until, finally, the forger creates an image so perfect, with the right lighting, the right pores, the right tiny expressions, that it actually fools the detective. It looks at the fake and says, real. And just like that, the deepfake is born. Okay, so our AI forger has made a perfect, photorealistic face. Awesome. But that's really only half the battle. A still image is one thing, but making that face talk and smile and move around convincingly in a video, well, that's the next big hurdle. This is where something called facial mapping comes into play. The system looks at the target video, the one you want to slap the fake face onto. It identifies and tracks thousands of little key points on the face. We call them landmarks. Think the corners of the mouth, the tip of the nose, the curve of an eyebrow. It uses all those points to build a moving 3D wireframe of every single facial expression. Then, the system takes that perfect face that our forger made and basically stretches it over this moving 3D map, kind of like a digital mask. And because the forger has studied its subject from every possible angle, it knows exactly how the skin should crease from that person smiles or how their eyes should squint. So it's not just pasting a flat image, it's literally puppeteering a super detailed digital clone. Now, as amazing as this tech is, it's not quite perfect, at least not yet. For now, there are still these little tells, these tiny glitches in the matrix that can give a fake away. But you have to know what to look for. So let's arm our own internal detectives with a few key things to spot. First, really pay attention to the eyes. AIs often mess up blinking, mainly because most of their training data comes from photos where people's eyes are open, so look for weird blinking patterns or even no blinking at all. Also, check out the edges, right where the face meets the hair or the ears. You'll often see this slight blurriness or distortion. And finally, just watch the movement. Does the skin look a little too perfect? Do the facial movements seem a bit jerky or out of sync? Those are the giveaways. So, understanding how these fakes are made is one thing, but when you zoom out, the very existence of this technology raises some huge questions. Questions about the future of information, of evidence, and even our own idea of what's real. You know that old saying, seeing is believing? For centuries, that's been the bedrock of how we trust things. But this technology just shatters that foundation. We are now officially in a world where video evidence can be completely fabricated, where history could be visually rewritten, and where anyone can be made to say anything. That AI forger and AI detective, they're locked in this endless arms race, and they're both getting smarter every single second. The technology is only going to get more and more convincing. And that really just leaves us with one final and pretty important question. As these fakes get closer and closer to being flawless, will we, the human detectives, be able to evolve our own skepticism and critical thinking fast enough to keep up?